Okay, so this year we're trying things a little differently. We seeded out the onions and laid them out here. I have right under the hose here, I have a little row of sweet potatoes supposed to be sprouting out. And then we're gonna put some tomatoes over here, preparing a row of them. I don't know if you can see that. I got them all laid out here. Over there I got some potatoes going. Got 2 rows of potatoes. They're coming along nicely. And the tomatoes, I laid them out first. Then I'm coming along trying to make the holes as equally spaced as possible, if not exactly in the same row. I'm not very good at straight lines. And here are the broccolis laid out. I'll come back doing those. And a closer look at potatoes here. Here's the potatoes all in the row already. The doggies are out here for inspection to make sure they crack the whip and tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. And I got a little bit of fertilizer to go in the holes before I put the plant. Watering can, my fresh water to drink as I go in case I get too hot. There's some broad beans that we already planted. This is going on about, let's see, March. This is 3rd month already. They're all blooming out and getting ready to have some green beans, the broad beans, favas as they say in Portuguese. So I have a few rows of those going here. And then I planted 2 or 3 more rows a month later, so they'd come a little farther behind and we'd still have a little follow-up. Here I got some peas we planted together with sweet corn, so the peas would have something to climb. Guess what? Peas came up real quick. I'm still waiting on the corn. I don't know if you can see the little peas coming up there. They're sprouting up already in the row. I got quite a few rows going here. Up top there I have some tomatoes that are a little more in the shade. We're not real sure how well those are going to do. Along that wall I have some chayote squash. And there's the beginnings of our garden. I'll come back and do an update here real soon as things start sprouting out and show you how well it's coming. If we look at it down at an angle, you can see all the little sproutings coming up the hill. Got some peas, I got some beans. We'll see what happens. Well, here we are with an update here. We started about a week ago with a little bit, which I started the video with, and now here we go with the progress we've made. So we laid in all the tomatoes in the ground, and as you can see, some of these already have little clusters of flowers happening here. So real soon we're going to be seeing some tomatoes. And I put a pole on one end here and a tensioner wire across the top that I tied all these stakes against to give them something to climb to. And then just now we came from the market. I picked up at 25 cents each some more baby tomatoes here that I just put in the ground. And we got some potatoes coming up in between. There's another potato. There's our potato garden making progress. We've had some rain, so it's actually looking pretty good. I got some 4 rows down there that have been plowed up and prepped. I were thinking of putting strawberries there maybe. Here's our broad beans or favas are looking deliciously scrumptious. If we come back over here a little bit, you can see they're already producing, getting ready to eat. There's up against my hand there. You can see there's a few here, and maybe another week or so we'll be able to start eating green beans from these. Fava's done up in a frying pan with some onions and garlic, chopped up. It's very delicious. And we have some apple trees here that are in full blossom. The leaves are coming out already. They didn't get pruned as much as they should have, but they should give some apple pretty good. And then we have the rest of the garden here coming up. We got some peas here. As you can see, the rows of peas here are starting to sprout up. And we put some 4 or 5 rows of peas. The peas have sweet corn planted in between. That's coming up, so they'll take off faster than the peas, I hope. And see, there's some more corn coming up in the peas, and then we got a couple of different beans sprouting up, and then we have popcorn in with the beans. I know it won't be a whole lot. You need a bigger field to be much production per se, but it's the fun thing of getting out here and tinkering with it and doing a little gardening and getting your hands dirty and communing with nature, should I say. Here's some broccolis that we have a row of broccolis happening here. And then I put some sweet potatoes. We put some sweet potato babies in the ground here 3 or 4 days ago. So they're still taking. Seem to be taking pretty good. I don't see any wilted ones. They're all coming. They're all coming. Then I got 3 or 4 rows here still waiting to happen. There's Mercedes putting some babies in the ground. She planted some cucumbers and some different squashes. So we're getting those in the ground here. There's some squash we planted a couple of weeks ago. These were leeks that we bought at the market. We cut them off, given it a couple inches by the root, and then we put it in the water, and here they're going at it. Pretty soon we'll be able to come start harvesting little leaves off like that. See, harvest a leaf off and chop it up to put in your cooking. That's some good stuff. And here's the loquat tree. The frost kind of decimated the loquats this year, so we're not going to see a whole lot. But it's happening. Here's an olive tree. You can see baby olives are coming along here already. And here's another branch that's just loaded down with baby olives. Look at that. Yep. So there's a little update on our garden. I haven't been posting as much as I should on this channel. I hope to start posting a little better and give you a little better idea. The rows and the apples really need to get cleaned up. The weeds are waist high in there. It's hard to even walk through. But I think I'll just post a short one this time. But I want to put a question to you. I'd like to hear your comments. Comment down below here. You know, of course, subscribe and put your like and all that good stuff. But comment and let me know, what are your thoughts on off-grid? The word off-grid, what should that be? See, I put wannabe, off-grid wannabe, is because we would like to be, for as much as, you know, it's an interest to be off-grid, meaning to me that you are not dependent on outside forces like electricity and things like that. Of course, we need internet or we can't post our videos, and we need electricity or we can't recharge our devices to make the videos. But you know, on a wider range, what does it mean to you to be off-grid? Is it a generator, so you're producing your own electricity? Is it solar power? Is it some kind of an invention that's going to, you know, produce the electricity you need for you know, different purposes that has to be electricity? No other source of energy will suffice. Or are we talking about more sustainable things like compost, fertilizers, chickens to lay your eggs? What do you feed the chickens? Well, we got plenty of weed here. We harvest weed for our chickens. Why not? You know, so what does it mean to you to be off-grid? That'd be interesting. I mean, I know we're not fully off-grid. We're dependent on the outside sources here of energy. But we're trying, we're working on it, and that's what the wannabe part is. But I'm looking forward to seeing some of your comments. What does it mean to be off-grid? But for now, we're going to leave you with this little bit, and I'll do another video here real soon to let you know what we put in these last rows here. There's still a little bit to go. I'm not sure yet what we're going to do with this part. But as I make progress here with the orchards, there's 3 different kinds of apples, and there's peaches and pears and plums, etc. So look forward to hearing from you, and we'll see you in the next video.